Day, everybody. I'm Jason Salas here, and there is wonderful news coming out of Upper Tumon, that little school, St. John's, which does so much, a amazing preparatory school that is preparing kids for the next level. And the Knights took third place overall. They entered the 2021 Digital Japan Bowl, and the Japanese club at St. John's School did outstanding, representing our island incredibly well and our culture as well. Japanese is a very, very difficult language. I should know because I had my own trouble with it, but these kids are outstanding, and they're stellar members of our community. We're going to talk to some of them right now, but front row center, as he always is our friend Bob Kelly at St. John's. Bob, first of all, congratulations. That's a wonderful achievement for the school.
Yeah, thanks so much. The kids really made us proud with all that they did. This Japan Bowl has been going. We've been participating in this Japan Bowl for more than 10 years. Normally, we get to fly out to Washington, D.C. Harada Sensei takes the kids there, and they compete there. But obviously, for the last 2 years, that's not been possible. So they've been online in the digital format, and they've been able to. This year they did extraordinarily well. We have two separate teams, one that was in level 3 and one that was in level 4. Our level 3 kids did a great job, and one of them, Jonathan, you'll talk to in a few minutes, he won his particular group in the conversational round. And then the level 4 kids that you'll talk to in just a few seconds, they came in third place in the entire nation. And they were teams from California, from Virginia, from Illinois, from pretty much all over the country.
Now, Bob, is this an event that under normal circumstances, and, I mean, we've been over this a million times, but, and, you've done such an amazing job as an administrator. So congratulations to you once again for holding the fort down and giving these kids, the environment in which they could study together and excel. But is this a kind of competition where they would normally like always be in the same room and collaborate and everything like that? And how did the distance learning and everything make it that much more difficult?
Well, so it's exactly that way. We couldn't get together for a lot of study sessions, but with things like Google Meets and Zooms, they were able to work that way. In the normal competition, there are a couple of separate rounds, and in some of them, they would be able to collaborate and be in the same room together. In this case, some of them were in separate Zoom rooms, and but it did add a level of difficulty beyond just the normal rounds. That was for sure. But I was able to actually watch all of the what was going on, and they were doing a fantastic job the entire time. My Japanese skills are probably worse than yours, so I didn't know much of what was going on. But my wife was telling me that they were doing a good job too. So. But we got some other folks here to probably know more about it, but who did, again, fantastic job in preparation. Harada Sensei is our Japanese teacher, and so as is Stenson Sensei, they all helped tremendously. And so why don't we get one of them? Who's Harada Sensei, I think, is next. So
sure.
Thanks,
well,
Jason.
Bob, before you step off, who was more nervous, you or the kids?
I was probably more nervous, clearly. Excuse me.
Okay, so first we have Harada Sensei. Congratulations, first of all. Omedetou gozaimasu.
どうもありがとうございます。こんにちは。原田です。
Congratulations so much. This is a wonderful achievement. How proud are you of these students for representing the school?
All the students did such a wonderful job, but we have been working for that every Saturday for a whole year. But I wasn't expected they're going to perform this well. So by the time they announced for the championship round, I wasn't there. And then they tried to contact me hard, but I am so happy and this one happened. And then thank you very much for the opportunity. ありがとうございます。And then also I want to mention one thing. This one and Peter Millian. And he already passed away a few years ago. He was the one who found that this national competition exists and introduced to the Guam Teachers Association at that time. And then that's the start, 2004. And then I am glad I didn't quit. I have been going, try. And then finally, my students stayed in the championship round. So I am really happy for Guam. And happy for St. John's also.
Well, Harada Sensei, I know everybody says there's always a very special place in a student's heart for their teachers, but especially for foreign language teachers and teachers that introduce them to a new culture and new traditions and new new ways of life. So I know that you're very, very close to these kids. And before we talk to your fellow coaches and then the students themselves, how proud are you of these kids for everything they've had to do like this past year?
You know that the best thing is their conversational skill improve a lot, and then they can just naturally carry the Japanese conversation, which made me very proud. So, and then they can use it in the future whenever they go to Japan or they see the Japanese people, they can use that skill in the future. So I hope they're gonna come back and talk to me, Sensei, o genki desu ka? In Japanese, and then that's the moment, and then it's just bright me up, and then that's the, I think, a precious moment for the teacher. I'm
Absolutely.
Sure all the teachers feel same way.
Well, congratulations to you, and I mean it all starts with the teachers, and we have Stenson Sensei, who is another one. Here she goes.
No, well, everything is said. And just like she said, I am very proud of them in this challenging time. And there's nothing more to say. I'm just very proud. They did
well, so let me ask you about some of the mechanics of the competition then. As Bob was saying, it was level 3 and level 4, and I'm just assuming that means that it's not just sentence structure in the Japanese language, and it's not just words and not just basic things.
Right.
I'm thinking this is maybe advanced reading and advanced dialogue and everything. So what does level 3 and level 4 consist of?
Well, the cultural contents, like historical things and even anime pop culture, all that is deeper in level 4 than it is in level 3. Yes. But of course, the letters, grammars, everything is just deeper understanding in level.
That's
4.
really hard. I mean, it's one thing to speak a language. It's another thing to truly understand the context of what you're saying.
Yes, us natives were even going, sometimes, it is very challenging, very challenging.
And Stenson Sensei, how closely did you work with these young students, and what type of mentorship did you have with them?
I just work hard in my own class with them and deepen their understanding, comprehension. And it was truly Harada Sensei that gave in all her time and effort every Saturday, dedicated her time. And yes, I'm very happy that I have a
and even though Harada Sensei is all the way in the back and she's wearing a mask, I can see her smiling ear to ear right now. So she's a very proud teacher.
Yes.
Well, very well deserved. And if we can bring on assistant coach Miwa now, who's another member of the coaching faculty. So Stenson Sensei, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Hello.
Hello, and congratulations to you. Omodete gozaimasu.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Okay. What role did you have when you were preparing these young kids for the competition, and not just with the material, but also kind of getting them in the competitive mindset and say, try not to be nervous, just, go over your training, but hopefully by that point it was more reaction. They knew the material hands down, but how did you get them ready for the competition?
I mostly aided Harada Sensei with study guides. So we would just go over them every Saturday, and I would ask them questions that would be asked in the actual competition. And so I think that's how I mostly helped them prepare.
Okay. What is the level of the language? And we talked about language and context and everything like that. As opposed to like the type of Japanese classes that these kids would take when they go off to college and everything. I'm sure they're well prepared right now. Would they be like already like on second year level? And
well, just I'm able to hold conversations with all of them, and I think even if they were to go to Japan right now and move there, they would really do well. And so I think they would already take like Japanese 4 or Japanese 3 if they were to go to college.
Well, you guys could possibly go to the Olympics and call some of the games over there in a couple of months.
Exactly.
Hopefully when the Olympics go on, hey, we would love to have you guys as ambassadors for Team Guam. Opportunities abound for Guam when it comes to Japanese. So Coach Miwa, what did it mean to you to work with young people and give back to the island in this way, and teach kids perhaps like an entire new world?
Oh, sorry. I think it was for me. Just going to St. John's, there's not a lot. Going to St. John's, like there aren't many Japanese students. So just being able to talk, like it's more of a pleasure for me to be able to talk to everybody here. And so I just really love Japan, and I want to reveal to others how amazing Japan is. And so I feel like I was able to do that with all of the students here today. And I'm really appreciative to them because I'm able to speak with them in Japanese and talk about like pop culture references that I wouldn't be able to do with my other classmates.
Very cool. Before I get to the kids, I just had a thought. Was the writing and some of the characters part of it too? Did you guys get into kanji or hiragana, katakana?
Yes. So for Japanese level 3 and level 4, they had to write sentences, and they also had to include kanji and hiragana and katakana in all of their sentences.
Wow.
So it was like they were actually writing for school, like in Japan.
Yeah, I spent a year when I was in college just on katakana alone, and I got really confused at one point. But I had a very good teacher at UOG and everything, and I really appreciate them. So congratulations to you as well. I mean certainly it's a team effort, and I know you guys are just beaming with pride at how these young people did. And certainly under your tutelage, they made that possible.
Thank you so much. ありがとうございます。
Okay, so let's go ahead and bring on the competition now. So we're starting with Miss Rachel. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, and now I'm going to ask you, right, because my training is I'm a sports guy, right? So take me back to when the competition first started. Where were you sitting? How did you prepare yourself, and what were those rounds of competition like for you, and what did you have to go through?
Right. So clearly we couldn't go to Washington, D.C. physically because of the COVID pandemic. And so we had to have the competition through Zoom. And a lot of the teams, I think we were the only ones who actually gathered at the same place and had one computer like this just now, and have all three of us set in the same place. And the other people were just at different places, all logged into Zoom on their own. But I think the fact that we were all together in the same room really allowed us to like have a better teamwork, and that we would discuss things more easily because we are placed in the same household, which was my house. So yeah, that's how it started. And for the actual competition, I think we weren't really that nervous because we just wanted to have like fun in the competition by, you know, learning about Japanese culture, also engaging with like the other competitors there. And so I think we just really had fun in the actual competition. And it was, again, very, I guess, difficult in that like we weren't physically there. So the environment was very different because us three actually did go to the actual Japan Bowl 2 years ago. So we know, we experienced both like the non-digital Japan Bowl and the actual digital Japan Bowl. And so we definitely saw like the differences there, but we managed to overcome those difficulties, and I guess we made results.
Spoken like a true champion. And you know what? I mean, with all due respect to all my friends in Washington, D.C., I'll take Guam's weather this time of year over D.C. like 9 times out of 10. I'd rather sweat than freeze. Okay, so what words of wisdom, Rachel, can you pass down to maybe next year's St. John's kids or future students who want to enter the Japan Bowl and everything like that, about what they'll take away from it?
Right. So I think not only did we like learn about Japanese culture, the language, the conversation, I think we really just learned how to like, I guess, work with others. I think that was like the most important lesson I learned through this competition, on top of like the actual Japanese language and everything. And so I really want to encourage like the future participants to really just try their best in their Japanese classes, because our school does provide like the competitive Japanese classes at school. So you don't even need to study outside of school with like any type of tutoring. You just have to just try your best, give it your all during the classes with Harada Sensei, Stenson Sensei, and I think that will be like the best preparation for this digital Japan Bowl. and
Very well said.
hopefully more digital next year, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully we're back to face to face. We can do it in the real world. So Rachel, congratulations once again.
Thank you. ありがとうございました。
Okay, so we're going to bring up Felix now.
Hello.
Hi, Felix. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fine. Man, you seem as cool as a cucumber, man. How was the competition for you? Were you at any point nervous?
No, I wasn't really nervous. Like Rachel said, I think all of us just kind of wanted to have fun. Yeah.
Mhm.
Given
What
now.
was
Yeah.
what in the Japanese club would you say you have any particular specialties, or what are some of your strengths as far as, you know, understanding again language and context?
In the Japan Bowl, I feel like I do a little more like kanji than my other teammates.
Oh,
And
you're
Olivia
that
was-
guy.
Well, because kanji is like it's derived from, it's different then, but it's derived from Chinese characters, and
Correct.
I am ethnic Chinese, so I know a little bit more. I have a little more of an edge than other competitors. But
Mhm.
and I think Olivia was a little more like listening skills, and she knew a lot of pop culture. And Rachel just kind of tied us the whole team up together as a captain. Yeah.
Mhm. So each of the members of your team, you all had like you know, your little strengths and everything like that, but collectively you all came together and made like one big cohesive competitive unit.
Yeah, I would definitely say so.
All right. You know, what can you tell other people about kanji? Because some people look at it and they're like, wow, it's beautiful. You know, it's obviously you have to have a lot of training to do it in art form, but even the simplest of brushstrokes and everything like that tells a really, really deep story, and it has incredible meaning into the Japanese culture.
So obviously, I'm not the professional with kanji. Obviously, so a question like that would be better for a sensei to answer. But to me, I feel like if you break down some of the more complicated kanjis and you look at the different parts that make that like are put together to form that kanji, you can kind of piece together the meanings a little better. Yeah.
All right. Well, what was it like working with your teammates this year? And what if it was just you speaking to the rest of the world through Zoom? What would you say about the experience of working with these outstanding young people?
Honestly, I think it was just very fun. For the most part, my whole team had really had fun, and like while we were actually in the competition, the proctors were also like laughing with us while we were trying to discuss which answers to put. It was just like a fun experience for all of us. And obviously, like Sensei said, none of us were expecting to actually place. And I was like, Rachel and I actually scheduled to do the Guam local science fair that day in the same morning at the same time, because we honestly did not expect to place, but we worked out like the schedule of the functions. But yeah.
Well, is there anything else you planning on doing besides, you know, science fairs and Digital Japan Bowl? Like,
not
plan on
yet.
like building a car maybe, or you know?
St. John's School gives us enough work to be a little more rigorous.
Mr. Kelly in the back, I'm sure you're very pleased to hearing that.
Yes. Left out the Glee Club concert that's going on this weekend too.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
I'll
Well, Felix,
tomorrow.
obviously, yeah. Well, I'm saying, you know, you guys finished third for your division. That is outstanding. But obviously, you're very, very type A, very overachieving, and that's a wonderful trait to have. So congratulations to you.
I think that's the same with all of the teammates here today. Yeah.
All right, and
For
well,
sure.
also and very humble, and that's a mark of a great teammate. You're sharing the victory with your peers. So
Oh, for sure. There are
Yeah.
other teammates that have more accomplishments than I do. So that's for sure.
well, your next teammate is Olivia. So if we can bring her up, and congratulations once again, Felix. Hi, Olivia,
Hi.
and congratulations. So can you tell? Were you in the third? Was it level 3 or level 4?
Level 4 with Felix and Rachel.
Okay, so what how was that experience for you, and what were you dealing with as far as, you know, what type of material did you have to go over at level 4?
Oh, so for level 4, I thought it was more deep because like 2 years ago when we were in Washington, we did level 2, and then I expect it's gonna be really more deeper in Japanese skill as well as the culture. So we kind of had to prepare more about it. And then actually, because we prepared kind of better than last time we did, and the experience that we did last time actually helped us to work out this time.
Mm-hmm. Well, preparation is key, like us adults say.
Yes, so that kind of that last experience helped us, as well as the study we did this year.
How was it, getting ready like with your teammates and everything? And was it at any point stressful, or did you guys just say, let's make this fun, let's represent our school, let's represent our island, and let's just, we'll just do it. We'll just do the best job we can.
We never got stressed out of it. We actually had fun all the time. Like preparing the stuff was fun, and then even the competition, I think none of us were actually nervous. We were like, okay, let's have fun. So we never expect to be placed in third, and then the result was really good. So I'm happy about it.
Wow. Man, you guys are, what I'm coming to understand is you guys are a real team. You guys never you guys never quarreled amongst yourselves, never had any drama. You guys were never bitter. You guys just, wow. Yeah, Olivia, how long have all of you known each other? Because of course St. John's starts, like at like the kindergarten level all the way up to 12th grade. How long have all of you known each other?
So for Phillips and Rachel,
First grade.
they knew for first grade, and I came to Guam when I was in ninth grade. So I've known for about 3 years.
Okay, so yeah, so there's a lot of chemistry between you guys already. You guys are very comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, what your final question for you, Olivia, is what would you like to say to your teammates about making the experience fun for you?
So I'm really thankful that they helped me a lot, like going through, because sometimes I have difficulty to understand English part of Japan Bowl, because English is also my second language. But they helped me a lot to go through that, and then they cheer me a lot when I feel like, oh, I made a mistake or something. They say, oh, it's fine. So yeah, going through that, I never felt nervous about, because the teammates were really strong and that we have really good chemistry. So I'm really thankful that for them to make this experience really fun.
Wow. Well, thank you very much, Olivia. I can see why you guys had so much fun, because you guys do get along really, really well, and that's abundantly clear. All right, so thank you very much, and congratulations to you as well. All right, next man up is someone who I've interviewed him before, Jonathan. Hey, John.
Hi, Mr. Salas.
So, Mr. You say Mr. Salas, I look for my grandfather, man. But I was gonna say, Jonathan, because of your success already with junior achievement, so you've tackled American business, you've now tackled Japanese culture. What's next? You plan to dominate Spanish or what?
Oh, who knows, Mr. Salas? My motto is stay busy. That's what I do.
Okay, very cool. Well, how long have you actually studied Japanese?
For me, I started studying Japanese since 7th grade, and oh my gosh, my first year studying Japanese, it was really hard. I struggled so much.
Me too.
By the end, literally by the end of the year, I couldn't name all the characters in the alphabet. That's how bad I was. But I'm really proud, because over the years I've been studying and I stayed committed, and now I'm proud to say that I'm better than I was before, and it's quite an achievement. And if you just stay committed and work hard in anything, I believe results will yield.
And I'm sure you credit this to the unwavering dedication of your teachers, and like how they've been able to shape you and be patient with you and everything. So what would you like to say to your teachers in helping you understand not just another language, but it's actually a culture, it's a way of life, it's a very rich and ancient tradition with culture with a lot of history and everything? What would you like to say to your teachers?
Oh, I'm honestly super thankful and appreciative for everything my teachers done, especially Harada Sensei and Stenson Sensei. They've both been my Japanese teachers, and really without them, I wouldn't be here. Like, I wouldn't be able to speak Japanese the way I can. And I'm also thankful to the Japanese American Society who sanctioned the Japan Bowl, and all the staff members, interns, and teachers that made this possible, because spreading another culture is one thing, but making kids excited about it is, it's a beautiful thing.
Well, I'm just judging. I'm judging John by your teammates and the instructors' reactions behind you. They've got the giggles whenever you talk something. Are you kind of the jokester of the group?
I'm sorry, Mr. Salas, may you pardon me?
Oh, I say that it seems like they've got the giggles whenever you talk. So are you kind of like the humorous guy? Are you the jokester of the group? And how did you kind of keep things light and keep everybody from being nervous in the competition?
you could say that. It's quite ironic, really. I'm sort of both. I could be humorous one day, super serious the other. But we were never nervous about the competition at all, and that's something I'm really proud of. I never had to deal with my team. I never had to calm them down because they were always confident. They were straight. They knew what they had to do, and especially during a pandemic, with the hustle and bustle of school, the challenges we faced, we were never nervous about the competition. And actually, it was an exhilarating thing during the actual competition because as Rachel said before, we were together, and it was quite an experience to collectively think together as with like one mind, right? And I think although we didn't place as the other team, I'm really proud of them. Although we didn't place, I believe that experience is worth its weight in gold.
Mm-hmm. Well, John, my last question for you is just kind of like a side anecdote. I don't know if your dad ever told you, but your dad and I were classmates like way back. Yeah. And you actually have a lot of your dad's characteristics, and I've always admired your dad. So shout out to your dad.
Thank you.
And I know you're doing your parents and your family very, very proud.
Dad was my student too.
Yes.
He was your student. Okay, so 2 generations. and all the success that you've had in junior achievement and everything like that, you're a very outstanding young man, and we're very happy to have you as part of our community. Okay, real quick, I'm not sure, John, if it was part of the competition, but what's your favorite Japanese food?
Wow, that's hard. Tonkatsu. I'd say tonkatsu. Tonkatsu. That's my
Good
favorite.
answer. Good answer. All right. Okay, so now let's go to someone else who competed in level 3, Mr. Dungeon. Good morning. How are you?
How are you? I'm good.
All right. Hey, tell me all about level 3. What was that like? And I mean, again, I was expecting you guys to say like, oh, the competition was, we were really nervous and we were so tired and we were, wiping our brows with sweat afterwards. It seemed like you guys, this was just kicked back.
Oh yeah. I mean, so this is actually my first year doing this. Initially in the beginning of the year, I was actually not expecting to be a part of this team, but my friends reached out to me because they needed another team member for the level 3 competition. So I was like, why not? They're my friends, so like I'll help them out. And I don't regret that decision at all. I think it was a great decision. We had a lot of fun. I mean, being friends already, I think helped us be like a very like good team because we had very good chemistry. So yeah, I would say it was a very good experience.
Mm. A lot of people I know, and even in my own study of the Japanese languages, some people say they have trouble with the tempo. Like if you grew up speaking English or Spanish, Japanese is very like, domo arigatou gozaimashita, watashi wa Jason Sarasu desu, guamu dekiru, it's, and that's just me probably like getting it wrong and everything. But how challenging was it for you to actually speak in a different, like with a different tempo and, than maybe what you're used to?
Yeah, by all means, Japanese is not an easy language to learn because like it's so different from English. It doesn't have like any sort of similar like grammatical structures or anything like that. But I think
it's almost kind of reversed.
Yeah. It's almost reversed.
Yeah, subject, verb, predicate, and it's the other way around.
I think being Korean kind of helped because I think that the Korean language is sort of similar to Japanese in the way that like a lot of the grammatical structures is like positioned similarly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, even though I'm not that great at Korean myself, I think that gave me an edge in learning Japanese.
Okay, well, that being said, the Korean culture and Japanese culture, they're very, very beautiful. Again, there's a lot of history, a lot of things. What do you take away from, learning a language and just a way of life that is maybe parallels your own, but is in a lot of ways different too? And what do you take away from that?
Well, having grown up in Guam instead of Korea, I've been exposed to a lot of American culture, but inside the household, there's a lot of my own like home country culture, and learning Japanese culture alongside that, I think that's really great. In the end, culture is what brings us all together. So I think that everyone should learn the culture different from their own because it helps us all become, more connected overall as people. So I think that's great. And this experience really did that for us. We were able to not just learn the Japanese language, but also learn the Japanese culture and meet new people that also spoke and had that same mission.
Well, that's amazing. It's a beautiful culture, and that was a beautiful sentiment about that. Were there any questions during the competition that caused you to at least pause, if not completely?
Oh yeah, no, that's enough. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you asked me to go there, Jason.
Yeah. I mean, like, congratulations to the level 4 team for placing, but however, our team did not place. A lot of the questions were difficult. I'm not sure exactly what I expected because this was my first day, but you know, our teammates and coaches were very helpful in preparing us. And even though a lot of the questions we did not know the answers to, I think it was an overall great experience that we were able to kind of tackle that as a team. And there are some instances, if you were there, that we were all like staring at each other like, what the heck? What is the answer to this? Like, so I think just being there together for that, I think was really good.
Well, and I'm sure you're already looking, as all St. John's kids are, you're looking ahead and you're preparing for possibly next year, and you'll be that much more prepared for the competition when you tackle level 4.
Oh yes, definitely.
All right. Well, congratulations to you again. We're very proud of you.
Thank you.
And the last young person we have coming up is Sean.
Hello, Mr. Solis.
Hey, good morning. How are you? And congratulations to you as well.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So what was the experience like for you? I mean, was your competition, because you were level 3 as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
In level 3, did they ask about some of the anime or something like that, or was that just level 4?
Of course, they asked about it.
Are you into anime already?
I was.
Not anymore.
I mean, I'm still yes, but not as much as like last year, I guess.
Oh,
I
very
got
cool.
stuff.
Okay, so what were some of your questions like, and like what were some of the things that you had to do in the competition?
Well, first of all, well, I'm also Korean like Eunjun. Well, I stayed there until like I was like in like 2014. So I guess I know more like Korean cultures definitely, but well, Korean cultures and Japanese cultures, there are like not all of them are same, but there are a lot of like similar like cultures. So I mostly answered on like cultural problems, like, well, for example, like police and like well, fire department, I guess their contact numbers, you know, emergency numbers, or yeah, something like that, you know, something that's like really similar in both countries.
What did it mean for you to represent St. John's and just go in there and just say like, okay, well, I know, you know, like my family supports me, you know, my classmates do and everything like that. But like right now, you guys are all wearing the colors of St. John's and you're wearing them very proudly. But you're going in there saying like, I'm doing this like for my school and my school's got my back. I got to go out there and do the best job for my school.
Well, to be honest, I didn't do it for my school, to be honest.
Sean, come to my office.
I just wanted
Bob,
to
should I
have...
stop recording at this point or what?
Oh, no.
No. So explain your answer, because that was interesting. What do you mean by that?
Well, first of all, as my friend said, I just wanted to like have fun, like not represent school. Like, oh, you have to win. Like, you have to, you know, like show the name of St. John's School, Guam.
No, I totally get what you're saying. So basically, no pressure on yourself, and you're just gonna go in with a clear mind and have fun.
Well, to be honest, I'm more nervous right now as their competition. So.
Oh man. I'm sorry, my fault. I made that happen. No, but you know that's what, and I must say that's what a lot of people that are extremely successful in sports, in business, in government, in the military, you know, you don't think about all the external factors and everything like that. You just said, I'm just going to take my training and what I enjoy doing and what I really, really love. I'm just going to go out and do the very best job I can. And I'm not going to worry about all this other stuff. And that is how people do really, really well in the world. So that's a great attitude to have. Yeah. So what are you looking forward? Same thing I just previously asked. Are you looking forward to level 4 next year? And how will you prepare for that?
Oh, honestly, of course, I would love to, you know, be part of Japan Bowl of St. John's School, honoring our name, and placed.
Also, the mark of a champion is the ability to recover really, really well and cover your tracks.
I guess. Yes, I will really love to be part of Japan Bowl next year as well.
Okay, so final question for you before we let you guys go. If now that you guys know so much about Japanese culture and your instructors have made it so clear that you guys are ready and you guys could go to Japan and have these amazing, conversations and really get along with the locals there. If you could go to any place in Japan right now and either walk the streets, hang out, or just talk to people, where would you go?
I would go to Osaka because, well, first I already went to Tokyo once, and well, second, there were a lot of like historical questions in Japan Bowl. So Osaka is like in the middle of like Japanese history. So I really want to go, go look for a lot of his Japanese historical stuff.
Very, very cool. Well, congratulations to you again. And okay, and now since I'm making you nervous, you can exhale now. Okay, so wow, that was amazing. Okay, yeah, please. So you guys, we're so proud of you guys as as your fellow Guamanians. You guys have done our community proud. You guys are well on your way. You're so successful, and you guys did it for all the right reasons. So congratulations to the instructors for the tireless work that you did. And again, Saturday sessions. I mean, you guys are working extra hours to get these kids ready for the next level. So Bob, do you have any final words that you'd like to give?
We're very proud of our kids. We also do want to thank the Japan Association of Japan Washington American Association of Washington D.C. They actually modified their schedule slightly so our kids wouldn't have to compete at 1 a.m.
So Bob, I think you may yourself need a couple more Saturday sessions just to get that right.
But we are proud of them, and we thank everybody, and they did a fantastic job. And thank you for the interview today. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. So once again, Harada Sensei, Stenson Sensei, Coach Miwa, thank you so much, and congratulations to you all. You guys have done an amazing job, and young students and everything. Congratulations to you once more. This is something you can take with you the rest of your lives, and you guys have done an outstanding job.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Congratulations.